Joe, you have you have something to tell about this whole thing and really and truly what this conversation's about.
The biggest thing we do is workforce development. We give people real skills through media training. So audio, podcasts, television, video, and filmmaking. We have a place called Sacramento, which is our film incubator program that we've been doing for 26 years, training filmmakers top to bottom how to make a film, everything from writing a script to makeup to set design. And then we help them to actually make films that they can take out to festivals and use in their careers. So we're giving them tangible skills, and this contributes to the creative economy of the region because our folks are going out into the world. They're working in Hollywood. They're working here in this region. And the one thing I want to mention is you talked about the PEG stations. So we are the P in the PEG. Aaron is the E, and there's a continuum, and we talked about this in our services. Aaron is focused on younger folks, students in Sacramento County. We're focused on people who are 17 and older, can run the gamut from 17 up to 70 or 80 who want to learn things and gain these skills. So there's this great overlap between what we do and a continuum for what we do that people probably don't know about.
So can you talk about Access Sacramento, specifically the studio, where we do this?
We're doing this from a place called the Coloma Center here in Sacramento. And this is a community facility. It's a city facility. We've been here for 40 years. We're the biggest tenant here. And one other factor in this conversation about us being potentially defunded is that Access Sacramento is the biggest tenant in this facility. If we go away, it could cripple the Coloma Center. There would be ramifications beyond just us going away. There's a wider impact to the funding cuts that the commission is considering that they apparently haven't thought about. And this is one of them. This facility could go away if Access Sacramento goes away. These are voices that wouldn't get a platform anywhere else. Yeah. The shows that Access Sacramento is supporting, including one that we've just launched. It's a show for the Sacramento's Afghan community, speaking to them, for them, information for them. That's the kind of show that nobody else would be able to do. We're able to support the folks who are behind that. That's what would go away if we get defunded.
And let's talk about what's going to happen if funding is cut. And I want to start with you because without you, we're not here.
This is one thing that people probably don't realize. We are in an era when government is, there are deficits, a lot of cuts going on. This is a different situation because the money is there. There is still this pipeline of money that you mentioned from the cable fees that people pay, that part of that comes to us. The problem is it is diminishing over time because of cord cutting. So thank you for keeping your cable subscription. But it is diminishing over time. The issue that we have with the Cable Commission is that they're projecting that there's a cliff and the money is going to go away very quickly. We have our own projections that show that's not going to happen. And all we want is a runway for our organizations to become self-sustaining. A year, 2 years. That's what we've asked for. They want to cut us off immediately, and not only that, take the money and put it into their government channel, the G of the PEG. Mm-hmm. They want to put the money into that, cutting off the community voices in favor of the government voice without a public hearing, public discourse.
I want to go there, and then I'm going to get to the two of you. I want to go there. Talk about that G, the other channel.
It's called Metro 14, and it broadcasts the government meetings. So you can see city council meetings, county supervisor meetings. It's connecting people to government. You can watch the meetings. So we need that. So we're not saying that should go away in favor of us. We're saying there's a better way forward to fund all of us. We just want to have that conversation. The commission will not engage us in that conversation. They keep moving down the path to defunding us. The equation is off here. We're talking about the totality of what we do, the impact we have, the workforce training, giving people opportunities, allowing them to experience the real world of working in a TV studio, producing audio, producing film. That has an impact. That's given people career paths, definable futures that they may not have had. That's going to go away. There's the content that we put out into the world that we've discussed. All of this. And then on the other side, the Cable Commission is giving us scant consideration in terms of the impact of that going away. So I think part of what we're saying is give us the appropriate consideration. We're not trying to say that we want to keep the old ways of doing things going. We're evolving. We know the future is less cable funding. We want to evolve, but give us the opportunity to do it and give us the proper consideration as organizations that have been serving this community for decades successfully with impact. Give us the proper consideration. Give the community the proper consideration, and they're not doing that.
Joe, can you give us an example of somebody who's gone through your program?
Yeah, I mean, there are so many. I would say, number one, this is very personal for me because I got my start through public access. I lived in a small Rust Belt town in Pennsylvania. In high school, I had no direction, didn't know what I was going to do. I found a place like Access Sacramento that got me on the path to college, to a great career in media, journalism, working for NPR, working here in Sacramento in media for many years. But what really resonates with me is I hear those kinds of stories all the time with Access. The folks here behind the cameras, the folks that you're working with, everybody's got a story that Access has done something for them and put them on a different and a lot of times better path. So that's the thing is like my story is one of many.
You know, I think one of the things I'm going to say to you guys, we need to tap into them because most of those people probably got their start somewhere in the genre of what we're talking about.
If not what
today.
we're doing, then with what Access Sacramento.
The most immediate thing, though, this is what I would say, and for anybody who's watching, the question is for the commission and for the executive director of the commission, why don't you want to have this conversation? Why don't you want to pull your numbers out? They've got their numbers, their projections. We've got ours. Why don't you want to have that conversation? I wonder about that, and I'm a former journalist. And when people don't want to share information with you like that, they don't want to have the conversation and engage you directly, that always gives me pause. I'm not making any assumptions about what is happening, but that just gives me pause, and I would ask the executive director, why don't you want to have the conversation?
What do you want the viewers and the listeners, the public, to do? How can they help you?
Reach out, send emails, go to our websites. We each have landing pages. If you go to the accesssacramento.org site, we've got a whole page there, informational page. You click on a button, it opens up an email. It's really easy. It's pre-addressed to the commissioners and to the county supervisors. So that would be the big, they need to hear from us. And also the meeting is on June 4th at 2:30. Come to the meeting.
Sacramento's local PEG channels give our community a voice. They support public access, local programming, school media programs, and future creators, filmmakers, and broadcasters. But that funding is now at risk. Take action today. Go to accesssacramento.org and click the link to email the Sacramento Cable Commission. Tell them, stop the funding cuts and protect local community media.